Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new here, welcome. I'm Bonnie, Old Soul Mermaid. Today, I have an unboxing for you of the Coastal Curiosities Oracle deck by Lennox Rees. Now, this deck was a successful Kickstarter campaign that completed very recently, and the lovely creator graciously sent a deck my way for all of you to enjoy. Wander through all of the 54 cards artistically designed and filled with delightful miniature worlds of eccentric keepsakes inspired by the Pacific Northwest. Discover floral and fauna and interpret earthy messages for inspirations and self-reflection. Follow your intuition for creative care, growth, and focus, and unlock all the possibilities from the woods to the sea. And here are the stockists where you can get the deck. And here is the lovely creator herself, Lennox Rees. Now, I really enjoyed how it says here on her bio that her creativity is connected with her mental, physical, and spiritual health. I very much get the feeling that this is going to be a beautiful self-care deck. So let's start opening this beautiful deck. enjoyed the musical flip through of the Coastal Curiosities Oracle deck by the lovely Lennox Rees. Okay, flipping through this deck, it has, everything that I like. If you've been on my channel long enough, you know that I love collage art decks. I love vintage decks. And I love a linen cardstock. Now this feels like a very smooth linen cardstock, but it does have some texture to it. All of these things I love, and I love how each card has kind of a pattern on it, like vintage wallpaper. The deck has foliage. It's a nature deck, and I get a lot of self-healing vibes from this deck. And I think from the keywords and flipping through it, that's largely what this deck is meant for. And I love some of the symbols in here. And like for this beauty card, I'm struck by the fact that it has a magnifying glass. And the old adage, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, that really rings true. And how often do we take a magnifying glass to ourselves or to others and we just kind of nitpick at our flaws? I really like the depth of this deck and how carefully the symbols and the images were picked change. Now this could be very obvious, with the scissors and the hair, scissors change, the easy way that we change ourselves, our appearance, we get a haircut. I'm just really, really loving the imagery in this deck. And the colors that are picked, you can tell, very calming, very soothing. And I just love, love, love the vintage vibes. Now you'll see and you notice that there are some modern shapes put into this deck. And I'm kind of thinking that these are meant to be almost like suits, maybe, to put the cards in a category. So I think we're going to take a look at the book really, really quick, because I think I want to know what the purpose of these shapes, because as you notice, all the cards have them. All right, so let's take out the book. Okay, and we will see that we do have a page here regarding what the shapes mean. So it does seem like the shapes add a little bit more of a divinatory effect to each card. So let's see, the diamonds here are for joy, creativity, and innocence. So I think you would add that to the meaning of the card, because each card is also going to have some deeper meaning, and we'll take a look at that. So let's see our next shape. The circles, their keywords for the circles is infinite, life cycle, and wholeness. Okay, we've got another circle. So within these so-called suits, and I'm going to use the word loosely, they're all different colors, to be cohesive with the card. Here we have diamonds. So the keywords for the suit of diamonds is joy, creativity, and innocence. And let's see, what else do we have? Okay, here's another one, droplets. So the keywords for droplets may be taking on, water, emotions. So the keywords here are love, honesty, and emotions. Okay. And we already did circles, but I love how they all are different colors with each card. We've got another droplets, and I think okay, here's the last one. Flowers. So the keywords for the suit of flowers is beauty, happiness, and passion. Very, very cool. Now, another thing I wanted to point out with this deck, if you noticed in the musical flip through, we have these cards at the end. There's about 10 of them, which are objects. Now, according to the guidebook, these are meant to be, they're called coastal charm cards. So I think they're to be used as you would maybe casting a charm or casting a few charms. So we've got the bag and we've got basket. We have clover, crystal, hat. So I think these cards can be used in much the way, you know, if you were casting a few charms. And I think that's really cool because if you don't have some charms with you, you can use these cards, you know, very much if you were going to cast a few charms. And they do, I believe the guidebook does have some meanings ascribed to them. So we're going to take a look. So if we go into the back section of the guidebook and we have nest here, there are just keywords. So nest would mean devoted, potent, serene. Okay. And then if we took out pipe, and these are all alphabetical, luckily, in the book, so they'll be easy to find. Pipe is achievable, intuition, temporary. That's interesting. So let's just do one more. Shell, diligent, memorable, relatable. Okay, this is very interesting, because some of the keywords kind of jive maybe with my perceptions and some do not. But it's something to work with. And of course, with Oracle decks or any deck, you know, you can ascribe what suits the reading at the time, you know, intuitively from your experience. So that's what's so cool about these. It's just like, you know, casting, you know, a pinch of charms, if you have that and if you use that in your divinatory practice. It's just to add another layer, which is really, really cool. Now we're just going to do a quick shuffle here, and because there's only 54 cards plus the 10 of the charm cards, this is not a very thick deck. It's a smooth linen cardstock, so it's very easy for my small weak hands to shuffle. But we're just going to pick a card and take a look at the guidebook and just see what the oracle cards, how the writing is in the book for an oracle card that we're going to pick right now. Okay, so we have picked rooted. So the keywords we have for rooted is absorb, climb, and devotion. And in the book it says, circling to join the top without taking a moment to relax and look back down lacks the grasp of judgment. Where do your roots form? Imagine how history absorbs into the consciousness to weave into newly planted plans. Your intuition craves encounters to be able to merge into many original harmonies. Oh, I love that. Invest in yourself and see what makes you, you. Is the notion of progressing to the next level uneasy? Take claim of who you are, where you came from, and use that to take a leap of chance on each adventure you conquer. Oh my gosh. I love this, and I think this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful deck to use for self-care. with the nature and the soothing vibes of the imagery. Oh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. And while I've got the guidebook out, just so you can see the layout really, really quickly, she dedicates this to her pit bull, Sasha, who lived from 2013 to 2020. Oh. We do have a table of contents that includes an introduction, an about the cards, the artwork, reading the cards, sample questions. Very cool. We've got some spreads, and then it goes into each of the cards. And all the cards are, you know, you'll find the page alphabetically. I love how in the book she has included some sample questions. So if you are new to working with an oracle deck, or just divination, or you're just looking for a deck to use for self-care, she has sample questions. Here's a category of questions to start the day, like your daily card pool. There's some sample questions to improve energy. And here are some to focus on creativity, and some more questions when you need to take a breather. So I like that she's got these prompts. Now there's coastal spreads. So she has the river spread. It's a 5-card spread. So card 1 is, what does my creativity need right now? 2 is, what is holding me back? 3 is an unexpected gift. 4 is, how can I rise and create again? And I'm sorry, that was 4. And 5 is, what keeps the inspiration flowing? She's got the mountain spread, which has 6 cards. The journey, 5 cards. Oh, and then the book goes into these little thumbnail pictures of the complete deck. Look how pretty that looks. Now in the About the Cards section, she says the cards are adaptable to work with other tarot, oracle, and affirmation decks. Be creative with your usage and how you interact. Seek out personal meanings to all of the messages and metaphors. Honor your intuition in the process without being bound to suggested meanings in the guidebook. So of course we all know the guidebooks are a great starting point, and I love it, you know, when there is a guidebook in a deck, especially an oracle deck. You definitely need a good guidebook with an oracle deck, but then after that starting off point, you can, you know, work with the deck intuitively as you gain more experience and develop a relationship with the deck. Okay, next on the agenda, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go and pick out some decks in my collection, both indie and mass market tarot decks, that I think would pair well with this oracle deck. And in that way, maybe you can see if you have some of these decks that I'm going to show you, you can see how it pairs with this deck in case you're thinking about purchasing it. I'm just going to go really quickly. I'm not going to think about it too much and just pull some decks and create maybe a short little musical montage. And I'll be back and I'll meet you on the other side.
Slow down. Fireplace, do you know how? Piles of paper, my desk is out. Who will care for the world out? Rest with me, close to curtains. Brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me. Take my hand and lead, even when I disagree. slow the ride. Discover books I forget about. But who cares for the world now? Rest with me. Close the curtains, brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me, but take my hand and lead even when I disagree. Maybe then I can relax. Maybe then I can relax. Bring my feet loose in my bed. Oh, just rest with me. Close the curtain, brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me. Oh, and take my hand and lead even when I disagree. Rest with me. Close the curtain, brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me and take my hand and lead even when I disagree. Let go, rain. It's not your song to sing no more. Goodbye, blame. Weights can't lift you up, but you can find a way to drop them. Can you feel the wind? Say you do, it's how it all begins. Then comes reason, then purpose. Well, you will find your way. In the meantime, may the sun bless you with its rays. It's how we learn. It has to hurt, it has to hurt. Every single turn. Don't beg your pardon. You're not someone's victim. It has to hurt, it has to hurt. You can ask spring how it is when the buds are bursting. You can watch the birds when they fly across the world. Weights can't lift you up. You can find a way to drop them. When the new ones weigh you down, you'll be on top of them. Oh, don't mind the falls. Break down when it burns, please. Don't be concerned, 'cause it's how we learn. It has to hurt, it has to hurt. Every single turn. Don't beg your pardon. You're not someone's victim. It has to hurt, just has to hurt. It's how we learn. Don't be concerned. It has to hurt. Yes, every single.
So I hope you enjoyed this unboxing and walkthrough of the Coastal Curiosities Oracle deck by Lennox Rees. And I hope I've answered some questions in this walkthrough. If you were thinking about adding this to your collection, let me know all your thoughts. Again, I want to thank the creator Lennox Rees for graciously sending me this beautiful deck. I think she knew that this deck would be right up my alley, and it definitely is. My honest impressions of this deck is I love it. Just from touching it, from looking at the imagery, it has a very calming effect for me personally. But these type of images do, and this is definitely a deck that I'm going to love to put in my practice. Again, it has beautiful collage work, linen cardstock, this antique vintage flora and fauna, ephemera. I love it. And the added element of these, you know, kind of charm casting without using charms, but we have that in these charm cards. You know what? It reminds me a little bit, and I'm trying to think of the deck, the Literary Witches, that Oracle deck. You know, it reminds me a little bit of that with a little bit of maybe antique anatomy thrown in. I think maybe it's just the color of the tea stained cards, but this is its own deck and it's gorgeous. So I would love to hear your thoughts. Have you purchased this deck? Did you back it on Kickstarter? Do you think it's something you would love to add to your collection? Please let me know all your thoughts. And with that, I'll leave you to get on with your beautiful day. Bye for now.